I really wish I didn't have to be bringing you guys this video right now, but I think I should get the word out to you if you haven't been informed of the rapidly developing news. In Colorado, 12 people are dead and 59 are wounded. This guy walked into the premiere of The Dark Knight 50 miles away from the Columbine school shooting site and opened fire on the crowd. He threw gas grenades. He came in there with full body armor and a gas mask in a premeditated attack and pretty much wiped out the whole crowd, and the death toll is certain to rise, though I sincerely hope that it does not, because these are real living, breathing people who are in hospital beds in unimaginable pain, and a lot of them will sadly be taken from us. And this is a tragedy, and I don't understand what drives people to such lengths. I mean, if you have anger or if you need mental help, but to go to such a length to actually extract harm on another individual is beyond my comprehension as a living entity. This guy, if you want to know a little bit about the suspect, because he actually didn't kill himself, which is unusual. It's, I guess, not a copycat attack as you might think due to the regional, similarities to that other attack. This guy is 24 years old. His name is James Holmes, and I'm going to do something I don't normally do and point the camera right at the screen so you can see what he looks like. This is his photo right here. He was a neurosurgery major, and he looks just like an average guy. Obviously, if you're smiling in your mugshot, you're some sort of lunatic like Jared Lee Loughner, but I cannot comprehend why this guy did this, and there's a lot of questions left. I guess he used an AR-15, which is 40 caliber bullets, according to CNN. They interviewed the police chief, and he was rather vague since it's early in the early in the investigation. But that's a big bullet. That's about the size of your thumb, and I have a pretty big hand. So these people were hit with some very, very heavy artillery, and this is something that just struck me today, and I just had to bring this to you guys who aren't aware of it yet. Turn on the news. It'll definitely be playing in a loop, and I just want to get the word out so people can send their condolences. This is a tragedy that we haven't seen, on the level of anything close to this. Hasn't really happened since 9/11, in my opinion. That was the last, nationally unifying tragedy, and this will probably be on par with that if you listen to what a lot of the big politicians are saying. I really hope that this doesn't just become politicized rhetoric for people to throw out there to get a visceral reaction. These are living, breathing people, and some of them sadly aren't living or breathing anymore. These are 12 people, real people, as real as you or me or your mother or your father. These are people's brothers and sisters and classmates, and they're dead. There's nothing more for them. That is so sad that I really am having trouble maintaining my composure and producing a coherent video to try to get you guys as many facts as I possibly can. This was during the Dark Knight premiere, so this guy came in there in a very Batman-like outfit, which is why a lot of the people in the movie theater thought that this might be a publicity stunt, because things like that just don't normally happen in reality. Something else of note, why this guy was able to slip through the cracks wearing such a weird outfit and concealing all of these weapons, was because everyone in the theater was actually in costume, which is a horrible idea because you can really slip anything in there. As proved by this guy. So, he didn't look out of the ordinary because he actually was in costume just like anyone else, and he was able to slip in a machine gun, according to the police chief. Anyways, turn on CNN. They'll probably have a lot more updates for you than I do. I just wanted to tell you guys about this tragic story, and I really hope to God that this doesn't just become meaningless campaign fodder for politicians to use to talk about their issues like gun control or issues like that. I really hope that this stays serious and stays talked about for the sake of the victims. I really hope that this doesn't just become another PR opportunity for politicians hoping to gain election. Thank you guys for watching. This is a real tragedy, and all I can do is send my best wishes. Wow. Oh, another thing of note is that I'm reading this off of the website here. I'm not reading my whole video off of here, but I am reading some of these notes off of here just to give you as much info as I possibly can, so you don't have to sit through commercials or Twitter plugs on CNN. Seriously, during the final minutes of these people's life, as several of them are dying in hospitals or on life support, CNN is talking about Twitter and plugging, oh, this is what he said on Twitter before he went into the movie theater, and I just thought that was really, really insidiously bad in terms of taste. Don't plug social media right as people are suffering and right in the wake of this horrible tragedy. You can tell I'm a little bit shaken up, as anyone with a heart or a soul would be. But I mean, I really hope that the media doesn't disregard the living legacy of these people and just, use them for PR fodder, And if you wonder what I mean, I'm just saying that there's always been a big debate about gun control and stuff, and obviously this would spark that debate. I just hope that we don't see in 6 months somebody at the inauguration, "I'll remember little Jimmy from Colorado," and the fist pump and a bunch of idiots in suits cheer for him. I don't want that to happen. Because, I mean, I've been admitted to the hospital over the last couple of months, and I've stayed there for an extended period of time. And that wasn't even with major injuries, but I can sympathize definitely with being in the hospital. It's a horrible experience, getting stuck with needles, getting tubes jammed into you. It's horrible. I mean, I got told I could almost die from the disease I had. I had Kawasaki syndrome, which is some personal information for you. But I'm just telling you, from somebody who's been in the hospital with something potentially life-threatening, I really hope that things turn about as well for them as they did for me, and that they turn out to be okay, because I don't want this death toll to go beyond 12. I want it to stay at 0, but that's too late for that. I don't want this to climb like the Japanese tsunami death toll did. This is a real tragedy, and all we can do is pray, even though I'm an atheist. It just is all I can say, is all we can do is pray for these people. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and my best wishes to the victims. This is a horrible tragedy, and all I can hope is that the trial is rather swift, and that this guy isn't breathing any more longer than he has to be. This guy, really, if anyone has ever deserved the death penalty, this guy does, and I really hope he doesn't sit there for 15 years, because this is one of those cases where they really need to use it. Another thing of note, if I didn't mention this already, the guy's apartment was booby-trapped with a sophisticated system of bombs, flammable things, and explosives. And so the police are having a hard time getting in there to find out about him, which is perhaps why the chief was so vague when they interviewed him. And wow, in the wake of all of the tumult in Syria and Pakistan, where there have been multiple suicide bombings over there, Assad's prime minister was actually killed, and then 7 Israeli civilians died in a bus bombing. So there's stuff going on all over the world that's tragic. And this is just coming at a really bad time, because the international news is going to be overshadowed, and that perhaps has more global significance, and people aren't going to hear about that as much now, because this is a opportunity for the government to unify us, or whatever, bring us together so we're easier to control. I hope I don't sound too jaded for you guys. Anyways, this has been a longer video than I thought it would be, but I'm flabbergasted, frankly, is the only word I can throw out there. I just found out about this, and well, go check it out. Check out MSNBC's coverage. Seems to be a lot more professional than CNN's, I think. Okay, thank you guys. Goodbye.